If you have more than $3,000 in credit card debt or any amount that you're struggling to pay off, don't put any money in the stock market. Don't refinance your home until you understand that this credit card debt is one of the most expensive debt out there. Which is why if you don't treat your credit card properly, it will skin you alive financially. Right now you have so many banks pre-approving you for a credit card because it's a lucrative business for them. That's how they are making a ton of money that they literally have to do nothing for. They just sit and wait on your mismanagement to start milking your hard-earned income. So my goal in this video is to share with you some ways that you can pay down your credit card debt fast. So now you'll be able to have some money to start building your wealth. So let me start at number 1 because there's no other number to start, right? Get some extra money. There's no point in me sugarcoating anything in this video. You need to get some extra money. Paying down your credit card debt takes time and it takes effort. And it will be painful for a little while because you will have to be making some financial sacrifices. You need more money to be paying down this credit card faster. Period. So how do you get that money? Well, there are 2 ways you can do this. 1, you can cut back on your expenses, which is the easier one to do. Or 2, you can go and make more money. The key thing here is that you need to create a margin between what's coming in and what's going out. The bigger the margin, the more money you will have to pay down that credit card debt fast. When it comes down to spending less money, this is what you can do. Cut back on those restaurant bills. Stop treating yourself to undesired vacation. You need to cut it out because the banks are making free money off you. So you need to cut that out as soon as possible. That iShopping on Amazon will eventually lead to you purchasing something. So you need to cut out those little habits. So once you start cutting out those things, you start increasing your margin and now you have more money to throw towards the debt. Now I know it's not the most fun thing to do, but spending less money is the easiest way to increase that margin. If you really want to get out of the financial hole that you're in, you really have to stop the things that got you there in the first place. Now, except from a medical bill, I can understand, but you have to cut out these little things that got you in the same situation you are in. And for most people who are spending more than they bring in, you need to cut the bleeding. Now, once you stop spending, you can start think about growing the pie, because the reality is there's a limit on how much you can cut back on, but there's no limit on how much you can earn. So you need to start think about growing the pie now. That means you now need to start looking for additional ways of earning more money. Because if you keep doing what you're doing, yeah, maybe you may get that annual salary increase. You need to start getting creative of how you can make more money. So now you need to start investing in your financial education and how you can earn more money. Search for a skill that aligns to your personality or something that you can already do. There's always a market out there for almost anything, literally. Now here's the thing, I want you to be smart here. Once you start earning money, you're not going to be doing like what the average or the majority of persons do out there. Once you start earning more money, you're not going to go and increase that lifestyle, because that's not the point of you making more money. You need to cut that out, or just don't think about it any at all if you weren't doing it before. And that's why so many people are playing the rat race and never able to build wealth. Because the moment they get a bonus, the moment they get a salary increase, the moment they get a promotion, they go and spend on a fancy vacation or upgrade to a new car. I'm not saying anything is wrong with these things, but whenever you are struggling financially, these are the things that you do not want to do. So this is where you really gotta sit tight and cut back and understand why you are earning more money. You need to get rid of that debt, not to flex. Now, let me show you how easy it is to become a millionaire. Now, let's say you take $100 and invest it consistently every month for a minimum interest rate of 20%. And if you do this for 40 years, you're going to end up with about $9 million. 40 years sound long, but chances are you're going to be working for 40 years anyways. I know you're probably thinking, where are you going to get $100 per month, and where are you going to get 20% annually consistently? Well, guess what? You already know somebody who is doing this. You're a credit card company. You're a credit card company, depending on which country you're from, who is charging you 20 to 50% a year in interest is the company who is making the millions. And this is where you have to understand the importance of the credit card debt and do not treat it lightly. This is now where you create the margin that we're talking in step 1, because now you're spending less and you're making more money and your margin has increased. So now what do you do with all that extra income? At this instance, some people will say go and invest it in the stock market, go and invest it in real estate, but no, you're not going to do all of that. The goal is to pay down your credit card debt. So when you have credit card debt, before you start talking about ETFs, REITs, index fund and all those cool fancy stuff, you need to zero that credit card debt, because your credit card is skinning you alive. Now if you really want to accelerate this process, you have to start thinking about downsizing. So if you have a Beamer, go drive a Pro Box. If you have a whole bunch of things in your house collecting dust, go sell some of them and turn it into some cash. Then take that cash and pay down your debt sooner, because every dollar you pay above the minimum payment, that's some money you don't have to pay extra interest on. And the faster you can pay down the principal, the faster you can stop paying those interests. And the faster you can stop paying those interests, the faster your credit card will stop skinning you alive. And the faster you're going to be actually have some money to start invest properly and build your wealth. And if you want to learn more about investing, you can check out my stock market course. The link will be in the description of this video. The other thing I want you to do, and a very important one, is that once you rack up that credit card bill to a point where you can't manage, stop adding things to that credit card. You need to cut it up and throw it away. Period. Because what will happen in this case is that you're going to be putting out effort to pay down this balance, and next month you put on $1,000 on it. Then guess what? It's gonna feel like you're not moving. It's gonna feel like you're not making any progress. So you need to cut up that credit card and get rid of it. Go get yourself a debit card, because most people say they are taking their credit card to build their credit, and that same credit card end up giving them bad credit. So better you have no credit than bad credit. Just saying. So if you have exhausted all your options, you try cutting your expenses, you try making more money and that's not working, then you can try doing a debt consolidation. So if you have multiple debts, you can do a consolidation and try get a lower interest rate to tackle that debt. So you have one monthly payment instead of making several monthly payments. And the aim of this is to try get a lower interest rate than you're already paying on those big credit card balances. And the last one here, if you really don't have any other options, bankrupt that credit card debt. Now, I know there's a lot of negative connotation around bankruptcy, but the system allows for it, so why not use it? Now, whether it's good or bad, it's a completely different discussion. But the goal here is to protect your finances, take care of your finances, and start building wealth. You may not be able to borrow for a while, but it would be better for you. Going bankrupt is your last resort, and you're not cutting it, then maybe you really want to consider bankruptcy. How could I not mention this? And in fact, this should be number 1. You need to budget. I can't stress the importance of this. You need to track every dollar that you spend. See where the leaks are and plug them. Now, here's what you need to do. You need to go and implement everything I taught in this video and watch that credit card debt go away. So that's it for now, guys. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.